The first thought is, am I not good enough? And then it come down to, am I pressing her into something she does not agree to?
How does she feel? Well, this is, if anything, Nellie is the one who feels more like the typical, novel protagonist, like in Higurashi, or well, I wouldn't say the one in Doki Doki Literature Club is self-absorbed. That one's more like a blank slate.
There are elements of a case of, it's been brought up as a case of, don't be like this, especially when she always depressing comes up.
Yeah.
Talk to the maid. Talk to the maid. She knows.
The maid's been evasive. Oh, the other maid. Yeah. That maid's not going to tell him anything. I'm going to be honest.
Yeah.
Yeah, ask mother or father. There you go. Oh, okay, that
makes sense, because he doesn't want to get her into further trouble.
And the maid's not going to tell him. I can tell you that right now. Like, this is not... Oh, normally I'd be like, yeah, ask the maid. She probably will know. No, we've established the maid's kind of shady.
Yep. Oh, no. What's Nelly doing now? Oh, boy.
Uh-oh.
You know, my mind originally goes to thought is, Nelly, I got bad news for you. You're adopted.
No, I get the feeling she's got a betrothed now.
Yeah.
That's my guess.
That would tie into the party that happened before. Oh, no music. Didn't even ask for her opinion. Won't do it. The things that she's just fine.
That's a different sprite.
Yes, that body language, posture.
She's crying.
Yeah. Completely changed. Do a smell. I need your help. I don't. Well, there we go. You're on the mic.
Called it! The thing is I don't agree with arranged marriages. I'm with Nelly on that, but she's so unhealthy.
Yep. Hell, for all we know, she may meet this boy and hell, they hit it up. This may seem sudden, but I must confess that I made a great mistake. My turn guessing is that I am unable to completely predict where this path we travel led. My hands were full dealing with my immediate day-to-day tasks, so I could do naught but pray there was happiness waiting in the future.
There wasn't.
No. Happiness for everyone who lived in Rose Manor. But a mere maid. Bullshit you are!
Yeah, you are not just a mere maid. You're fucking immortal for one.
The way this story is going, you are the witch.
Or something. You are something and we don't like it.
Yeah. It's not her place to offer her my hand. Roads such as the one we're following are very diverting with little warning. And if you do not turn the wheel exactly right at these sudden forks, you may end up somewhere horribly off course. Well aware of that fact, this is why I thought that I did what was for the best.
What did she do?
It's happening again. The door was closed, but could sense someone standing there. Someone watching me. Footsteps. They're looking down at me. Wants to open his eyes, but can't do it. Curses. You're just gonna leave without doing anything, aren't you? Then hurry up and get out of here. Free me from this torture. No, tonight there. On my bed. Right now, looking down at me. My neck. Can't speak, I can't move. Those cold fingers. That soft breath. Nibble, nibble, nibble. Can move his body. That's not important right now. Oh my.
What am I looking at?
Well, she's got a hand on his throat, near his throat. Smell of roses. Scent of root. World far removed from ours.
She's a vampire.
He tried to gasp, but realised he couldn't. Her cold fingers wrapped around his throat, robbed him of his ability to almost breathe. Mouthed away for the moment at least, her melancholy ruby eyes were focused wholly on the flaxen-haired young man. Did they pull up a dictionary and just found that word and really liked it?
Yes.
In the glow of a faint flicker of willpower and continuously burning aggravation that aroused her to action. I told you to stop being so kind to me. Why, it'll be over soon. Don't make any noise. I don't think he can make any noise. To put an end to this family, you are my only... Why are you shaking? What? The strength drained from her slender fingers. He had not been questioned why would she do such a thing. There was cause a trace of bewilderment visible in his eyes. But he did not shout, nor did he tremble in fear. He did not shout, nor did he tremble. With that, he instead expressed concern for the young woman who looked like a cornered rabbit. Not shaking. Yes, you are. Slowly regained his breath. His voice grew clearer.
This is gonna go in a different direction than death. I thought she was a vampire. God damn it, game. Yes, I stole Lantern's line because I say it too.
Hey, that's a universal line. Anyone can use it.
You've heard Sarat say it a few times. Mainly at Higurashi.
Well, it earned it.
To be fair, I think I said more colorful things in the chat where I basically went head desk, head desk, head desk, head desk, head desk.
Conversely, the red-eyes girls grew progressively more faint and raspy. You're not doing this because you want to. There's some other reason. This is what I desire. Have you been to my room before? You have. Oh, and I've had a thought, he really does have some eyelashes that stand out.
Yeah, he does. Also, that mouth looks really like his whole face looks really weird.
Yeah.
Like it's going Picasso on me. I'm trying to puzzle through it.
You'll be damned. Why are you shaking? No person's neck. Why don't you run? Because he wants to understand. Do you hate me so deeply you want me dead? Do you start me to the point you wouldn't take my life, your own hands? Nope, nope, you don't. Never reason. Is it because you detest me? Then tell me, why is it? She is sorry, but she will leave now. She'll do her best not to bother him any further. Please forget this ever happened. Do you really think I'm just going to say okay and let you go? Tell me the reason. Sorry again. Try and guess. It has something to do with her lineage. Is you're troubled by it somehow?
And Mel's clearly not stupid when it comes to certain things, and this is one of those things. He can put the pieces together fast.
Yep. The priest at the church told me he had seen you before. He also told me a little more about your origin. But that's all I know. The only difference between us is social rank. I don't know what caused you to do this. Please tell me who you really are. Why do you come to imagine why Father allowed you to be a maid? I haven't said anything to his parents. They still don't know anything. But I want to. You won't get mad at her or be punished or have her punished. Even swear to God if it's you wanted.
I have a funny feeling his family caused her family to fall. That's what's going on here.
Yeah. He wants to be her Prince Charming. Yeah, I'd be in her position and asking, why the hell such compassion? In his room twice. Possibly.
Hand his fucking neck!
Yep. It'll be obvious. Oh God.
Well, he finally said it. I'll give him credit.
I think this is giving me chills.
Again, I will say Mel's character is... He's being honest with her fully now. But I still feel like if she said, I don't love you, he'd just accept the rejection and apparently death.
Yeah. And Missy's hand still looks tiny.
It's awkwardly positioned, too. Like, what are you doing, dude?
It's... Okay, that's his left arm. Maybe he just made it went for the left arm because he doesn't take up too much of the screen or something. If you don't like me, don't want to be me, well, we'll just have to live with that.
Yes! Excellent advice, Mel!
As much as it may hurt, but you have some reason, some weight on your shoulders. Can I say anyone else? Please tell me. I want to help. There are other options. Things we can do about your... That's not it. I tried to hate you so many times. Yes, there's more to it than just social status. But I can't do it. I can't make myself do it. What do you mean? Had so many chances, but I couldn't do anything. She had to basically fight to make every word escape from her lips. She appeared so fragile, so precarious looking down him. There seemed as though a gust of wind were to whisk through the room, it would blow her away completely. Her pale fingers were trembling, like she had tried to squeeze them again and failed. Held her hand in and moved away from still slender neck. Her hand is so cold. He did not challenge her, but merely kept her eyes fixed on hers, as if carefully watching to see what she would do next. I say many times as I must, I love you. And I wouldn't be able to accept losing you without knowing anything. So what is the reason? I'll see to it you're taken care of. Those are the words of a man of means. And someone blessed enough to have pity for others.
Ouch.
You are a foolish young man. You know nothing. But the greatest fool of all is myself. You agree to punish me, I will talk. Tell me the reason. The hair touched, Let her go, having finally gathered the courage, began to slowly tell her tale. Please, not be more than 10 minutes.
It's gonna be more than 10 minutes. I can feel it!
I wanted this to be a 2-hour session, so it doesn't run too long. But on the night of the storm, I paid a visit to Rose Manor, this mansion. Father and I were always on the move, travelling across the land by foot. So only recently heard the rumours of the manor. There are several reasons we couldn't stay in one place. First, my unusual appearance. People often find the colour of my skin or eyes disconcerting. So I lived in one place for so long, unsettling rumours would begin to spread, forcing us to leave. Another reason was my father's life and work. He painted pictures for a living, but he had trouble finding a patron, so he had to work day to day. He was no longer able to find work in a city, we would move. We were birds who migrated without a flock. When we arrived in this town, my father was exhausted and weak. That is when we learned of Rose Manor and the family that dwelt within it. Road is a name my family could never forget. He was bloody hell, a painter in the service of the Rhodes family. Her father was artist here. Yep. Was before she was born. So you probably don't remember. So you knew about us before you came here. She's still using his title. For as long as I remember, I have known the name Rhodes. My father was chased from your home just because I didn't like something he painted. Hello.
So I was kind of right.
So having failed the Rhodes family, no one else would become his patron. Just as good reputation spreads, so does a bad one. Granted, once it's a failure, no one would take you in again. Ugh, that's harsh. You nobles for your parties and spread your gossip about this painter or that sculpture. That rose you gave me is an example of that. It was certainly crafted with skill, but the jeweller is only known because the aristocrats spoke highly of him. My father's paintings were no less painful. No wonders he won't accept it. His was a talent that could not easily be imitated, but no one was willing to separate the art from the artist. In some cases, the work of the artist really goes into the work of the art, so you really don't want to try that because it don't work. The Rhodes family stole everything from my family.
So basically, she's an advocate of death to the artist, so to speak, it sounds like.
But he was thrown out on the streets. His only skill was painting. That was all he could do for a living. And since she's here, that probably means that the father's no more. What little money.
And she wants revenge. Yeah. Oh, fuck.
Did everything to make sure she survived, even at his own expense. Yep, he's not around anymore. He was only ever concerned about her. Held her in his arms, ran his fingers through her hair, with an apologetic look on his face. If she had a normal appearance, she is sure her life would be much easier. Always telling her how sorry he was for making her life so hard, even though it's not his fault, and how she looked. She hates her family.
Well, he wouldn't have known.
Yeah. No, you wouldn't even care about the fate of one simple artist. Our lives meant nothing to you. So much Mel, if he knew, he probably would care. But
yeah, I get the feeling too he'd actually be angry or something.
Yeah, but his life being what it is, he probably wouldn't even know about it.
Yeah, because he basically was left to his own devices.
Yeah. She brought to bring misfortune. She wanted the master's life, but family father spent so much time outside the mansion. And so losing him would put his family in a very difficult position because there is no one to carry on the family name.
Not to mention the fact that we don't know how old the mother is. She may not be able to have another kid.
Yeah. That is the whole of her tale. About her father and how she feels about him. Having told him everything, she cannot continue living like nothing has changed. Now she wants punishment. Why would you have me put...
Why do I get the feeling Nellie will happily oblige instead?
Yep. Not fit for your affection. Only because I'm not of the same rank. Because every time I spoke with you, I did so holding this darkness in my heart.
Okay, I wanted to kill you. Are you out of your mind?
Yeah. Does that not unnerve you?
Well, dear, well done, Mel. Good line to counter. Good. I approve of this.
His family wronged her, and he would have tried to do something to amend if he could. Okay, we now have a top-ranking visual novel protagonist. You hesitated. You don't actually want to kill me. What are you going to punish you for? I have countless opportunities, but you cannot bring yourself to do it. Tell me, why couldn't you kill me? Because it would give me enough reason to have even the slightest interest in me. Nothing was as I envisioned it. She assumed the residents of the manor would be as cold and unfeeling, who only believed in that wealth and rank mattered above all. But the mistress was the first one to extend her hand to her to offer aid. Right to the mansion disguised as a beggar. Disguised is not right word. Many nights I only survived on the generosity of others. Mistress will send me away when she saw me. Quite the opposite. She took me in as a servant. It feels like there's a lot of his mother in Mel.
Yeah, but the question is, who's in Nellie?
Yeah. Because scared of bees who invite a stranger into a house, that she would treat a stranger with such compassion. I thought perhaps he knew who my father was. I never met any of you before, so he must simply be a kind-hearted woman. And the mistress continued to treat me with kindness, despite my disconcerting appearance and the darkness in my heart. In that time, I began to grow less and less sure of myself. Was I meant to do truly right? Were the things I felt truly justified? But it was a certain fact that my father was here and that he had been chased out. So I decided to take your life. To put an end to everything before I wavered any further. She was taken in, her father chased out. And then he was too kind to her. It's all his fault. Because he showed us kindness, showed her consideration.
Treated her like a fucking human!
Yeah.
Maybe she should have gone after Nellie? But, I mean...
Despite the unusual circumstances. Please don't say you want to leave. Don't ask me to punish you. I couldn't do anything for your father, but at least allow me to do something for the daughter he cared for so dearly. Far too kind-hearted. You'd be happier with her around. There would be families willing to adopt you, especially knowing it would bring them ties to the Rose family in the near future. As you're saying, as long as you're okay with that, of course. Yeah, I can see where she's coming from. Still wants to keep her in her in his life. She couldn't. She doesn't have any etiquette or social customs. How could she? She'll learn it all. Pretty and naturally graceful. She'll just fine. Okay,
The game betrayed you!
Curse your game, we're having a moment.
some moment, like, we're actually not interrupting this moment, and the game interrupts the moment. Like, hey, wait, you haven't been interrupting the moment in, like, 10 minutes.
The way he came up with compliments so easily. Only for her. Nelly says his poetry has as much charm as this is Saxon. Doesn't understand fear till it puts him to sleep. She laughed, thank goodness. Keep smiling, you don't have to stop. Smiling in the face, a smile on mine. No matter how deep the darkness has taken root in your heart, it can always be removed. I believe people are capable of forging their own futures. What do you say we go to the theatre sometime? I promise I won't sleep through it. At the private theatre we get seats at the far end of the second floor. We don't have to stand. They would have such lavish seats that would give you a chance to experience that in the noble life. Please don't be shy. I can have clothes prepared for you. I'll ask one of the maids who can keep a secret. Say, the one with the black hair. Of course, the one with the black hair.
She's the only other maid we've seen.
She kind of scares me, though.
Oh, she scares us!
I don't know what I'm supposed to say. Still so just combating, even though she came so close to murdering him.
Because he's a good person.
Here we go. Is she allowed to feel such joy? Every day you suffer, a day of happiness. That's how it has to be. So stand by my side. Softly whispered the girl's name. For several long moments her lips trembled in trepidation. But in time she squeezed them together and made a smile. He wrapped her arms around her her slender, frail frame, holding her tight in an affectionate embrace. He approached her the other day, explained the course of events, and asked me to dress her up more beautifully than any other noble girl had ever been. She was already a pretty girl, but even so, without much effort on my part, simply put in a dress, she radiated beauty. I was quite partial to her smile, so I agreed to help, thinking it would lead to their happiness. I could not ask for anything more. She is the nurse from Romeo and Juliet.
Oh, great. This is going to end so badly.
Yeah. I never anticipated what would happen next, though. Perhaps my hopes were unreasonable after all. Oh, come. Yes, yes. Thank you. Oh, that's a delightful chapter name. But yes, it's been a couple of hours. I think it's time to bring this session to a close. It's gone heavy.
Yes. Heavy and
Check this music out.
Very epic.
Yeah. So we got the backstory, we got the aim, we got the twist of fate. So where is the twist of the knife going to come in? We know where the twist of the knife is coming in. We see the name of this chapter.
Yep. Like a slow killing poison. Somebody is getting poisoned.
Yeah. Or maybe that's simply refers to jealousy.
Or both.
Yeah.
Because, let's be honest, it's very interesting that Nellie is more the typical visual novel protagonist, like from Higurashi, versus
Mel.
Who actually understand that if she rejects him, yeah, just take the rejection. But he wants to help her anyway because he's a good person.
Yeah.
He's like, yo, you went through like fucking shit. No, and it was my family's fault. Let me make it right.
This is a big change. But on that, it's time to bring this recording session to a close. Ladymage, thank you for joining me.
No problem.
Thank you to those who are still watching to this point.
Also, again, don't be a Nelly. Be a Mel in your visual novel protagonist.
Oh, yeah. So until next time.
Also, don't trust black-haired maids.
So next time, be good, be well, and as May said, don't trust a black-haired maid. It may mean well.
Or maybe they don't.
Yeah.
She may want death secretly.
Yeah.
Because she's puppet mastering all this.
Yeah.
We're calling it now. She's one of the puppet masters.
Bye now.
Bye.